Hey guys, what is up? Chris Schroeder here with another video to help you guys start, grow, and scale your phone flipping or buyback business. And today, guys, I'm not going to be in front of the whiteboard. I'm not going to be doing anything like that. Today, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be going over the key lessons that I've learned with my 8 years of flipping phones and electronics, going on 9 years pretty soon. Passed up a lot of people that have been in the game a long time, and I'm not afraid to say that. Simply because I was just faster at learning than they were. So I'm going to be going through a couple of lessons. I think I have 11 total lessons here that I have learned over time that you can utilize to your advantage to get ahead of everybody else, even people that have been in the industry for 5, 10, 15 years. So with that being said, first lesson that I learned pretty early on was reps are necessary. Okay, so just like building muscles, you have to put the reps in to build your skills. Like that, you have to do that. Okay, there is no way around it. You can make it happen faster if you do more. So we see this a lot with reach outs and things like this now. This is just something that became brutally ingrained in me from somebody, from Aaron Goldstein, actually. He's our negotiation coach in our program. And I remember him saying one time, he said, I've been in over 35,000 message negotiation conversations. 35,000. Okay. So I don't even keep track of mine. Like not to that level anyway. But that made me think. It was like, I was like, he put in more reps than pretty much anybody, for the most part. And that's what he did. He just put in a ton of reps. And this got even further backed up by one of our most recent students who put in over 3,000 reps into reach outs his very first month in our Recelerator program, and he made over $10,000 in profit. And that was amazing. And it just kind of reinforced the idea that reps are the most necessary thing that you have to do to win. Because if you put in enough reps, especially in the phone flipping buyback space, it is so hard to lose whenever you put in the amount of reps, because it gets to the point where you can't lose, right? So whenever I was knocking doors, I didn't know this reps thing yet. Like, I didn't know, like, you had to put in the so-and-so amount of reps. But the thing is like, if you put in enough, like, if you get enough no's, the yeses are also going to come. And I have this saying, go for no, which is also a book name, which is where I got it from. It's go for the no's. Make the no's the thing the goal, right? So, and the yeses will only get in the way. So if you aim for 20 no's a day, then, those 3 or 4 yeses that you get are kind of getting in your way, right? So this was the first, like, really, it wasn't even the first. It was like, this has been like a lesson that I have, like, continually had to learn and then relearn and then unlearn and then relearn again. So first place I really, really, like, understood this was the reps are necessary when it comes to, like, testing paid advertising. Like, you have to put in enough reps to get used to Ads Manager. And then you have to put in enough reps to get used to split testing. And then you have to put in enough reps and money to testing ads. And then you have to put in reps for everything. And this comes down to, like, you become proficient after about 20 hours of learning or 20 hours of doing something. But the mastery only comes after the 20 hours. You can become proficient within 20 hours. And I take that to heart. So every time I'm trying to learn something now, I realize, number one, I need to put the reps in. And number two, I realize that first 20 hours is the most crucial, because I can get ahead of everybody 10 times faster if I put in the 20 hours, where they're putting those 20 hours in over the course of 6 freaking months, right? So the reps are necessary. If you put in more reps than everybody else, you will win faster than everybody else. Okay, so that was the first lesson that I've learned in this space, in just business in general. The next thing that I learned was skills come first, no matter what. Skills are what pay the bills. Okay, That I want you guys to write that down. Skills are what pay the bills. If you don't have the skills, you will not make the money. Okay? How do you get the skills? Sometimes you can pay for it. Sometimes you have to go through a lot of pain and trial and error to get the skill. Okay? So, skills come first no matter what. And Hormozy says this a lot. He's like, skills are the only thing that can't be taxed. They can't be taken from you. You can't lose them in a divorce. And, they only go, the ROI only compounds over time for forever, basically. So skills come first, no matter what. You have to build your skill sets. And if you build your skill sets, you will never want for money anymore. Like, that is a real thing. Like, it's insane because it's almost like opening new opportunities with every single skill that you grab. Because the crazy thing about skills, guys, is like I have this saying that I call skill stacking, because there's certain things that I've learned from like certain programs and certain people that I now incorporate into like the reselling business. And it's like a puzzle, and it's like a malleable puzzle that you can take this piece from here and then this piece from there and then this piece from here and just like merge them together to create this thing that works. So skills are by far the most important things that you need to be building along with the reps. If you're gaining the skill sets and the reps at the same time, you're going to be unstoppable in a very short amount of time. Okay? So skills come first, no matter what. Even if the money doesn't show up. I have a saying to myself. So I have spent my 20s strictly building skill sets and paying to learn skill sets and literally investing in me for the past like 10 years, well, I would say like 8 years into this. And because I realized very quickly and early on, it's like whenever I buy a program that is proven to work, I can go through the program, and I always try to be the best student. I just try to, that's just who I am. I want to be the best student. And every time I've done that, every time I've paid to acquire a skill set, the ROI has always been like 10 to 50x every single time. So even the courses that were bad, like they taught me something that was really good to not do for like my own students or something like that, right? So skills come first no matter what. If you put the skills first, the money will come. Trust me. You have to apply the skill sets that you are you're getting or paying for or getting from somebody. And if you're getting it for free, act like you paid for it. Okay? The reason I say that is because most people don't do anything whenever they don't have any skin in the game. That's a real thing. There are so many like free or really cheap things that I have purchased that I have never used. But the things that I paid $24,000 for, you damn right I use it, because I paid that money for it, and I have seen the return come back tenfold every single time. Okay? So, and then I paid for it again because I wanted more of it, and I saw the return, right? So if you get something for free, if you're watching these YouTube videos that I'm putting out that are showing you how to do paid ads, and I'm literally handing you the skill set without the scar of learning it, act like you paid for it. Because if you don't, you'll take it for granted. Okay? So the next thing that I want to go over is volume negates luck. So volume always negates luck. Okay? What does this mean? So if you put in enough volume, we're going to use reach outs for an example here. So we're going to DM people on Facebook Marketplace or something. So if you put in a disproportionate amount of volume on the reach outs. So let's say we recommend on like literally bare minimum 20 reach outs a day in our Recelerator program. So that's 600 a month. If you do 3,000, you're obviously going to make more. What's crazy about this is like some people, if you so 600 times, let's say 6, that's 3,600, right? So let's say our Recelerator program is 6 months long. You do 3,600 reach outs over the course of 6 months. What if you actually did that 3,600 the very first month? You'll get almost the same exact amount of results that you would have over the course of 6 months if you do all of the work up front. Volume negates luck, okay? So the more volume you put in, the more opportunities it's going to give you to win. Okay? That's just how it works. Same thing works with paid advertising. If you spend more and you do it correctly, you'll get more volume, therefore more people to talk to, more people to make money from. Volume always negates luck. Okay? Every single time. So if you want to put in the volume, I recommend that you put in the volume, actually. Even if you don't know how to do it correctly, still put in the volume. If you're just on Marketplace and you're just like slinging offers, it's okay, because now you're going to have some sort of perspective to come back and, let's say buy a program or learn from a YouTube video the correct way to do it. You will learn a different way, but now you have some perspective and you can be like, oh, now I see why that didn't work. I'm going to try this now. And you're getting it from somebody who's already proven to, whatever. They prove that it works. Okay, so volume always negates luck. And if you can get that working for yourself, if you can start putting in the volume and you can start just putting in the time equity that you have to do to get ahead of everybody else, you will get ahead of them. It's guaranteed. Put in the volume and you'll blow past everybody. The next thing, the next lesson that I learned: test, analyze, and test again. So I learned this because I don't stop. So a good example of this is Google Ads. Google Ads took me forever. It took 2.5 years to figure out how to do it correctly for this industry specifically. I had ad account after ad account after ad account banned. And the crazy thing is because of that, I realized nobody else was going to be doing this, and nobody else was going to do it well enough to do it correctly. So I tested, and when something worked, I analyzed it, and then I tested again, and then I tested again, and then I tested again, and then I analyzed again, and then I tested again, and I tested, and I did that for 2 years. 2 years to make that available for myself, and then eventually other people as well. I wanted it to be successful, and so I put in the testing and the analyzing and the money to make it work. So if you're trying to figure something out, I recommend you need some sort of like testing budget. I didn't have this. I should have. But you should have a testing budget for new things all the time. And you should be testing things against the marketplace and against all sorts of metrics that there are out there. So test, analyze, and test again. Keep testing no matter what, okay? Because there's always a big payoff. The next one I learned pretty fast, and this I really learned it, a while back, was fail faster than everyone else. Something I found that if you can fail faster than everybody else, you will get ahead of everybody else, because most people, whenever they encounter failure 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, they're usually out. Like I have seen so many people quit the phone flipping business because they bought a fake phone, or they did something incorrectly, or they bought a phone that got reported lost or stolen, or they whatever, right? Like it doesn't matter. All they did, and we're taught this from the school system. We're taught that failing is bad, when failing is the only way that you'll actually succeed at anything. You're going to fail at everything before you get to the win, okay? You have to fail, all right? If you don't fail, then you will never get to where you want to go. That's just a reality, okay? Failure is just a part of life. Get used to it. Fail faster than everybody else. If you fail faster than everybody else at the one thing that you're trying to do, and if there's not a proven path already beaten down and ready to like walk on for you, then you need to just fail faster than everybody else and get to it as soon as possible. Because failure is only a learning opportunity, right? So if you look at it that way and you take that into account, that every time you fail, you learn. All right, I failed, I learned. I failed, I learned. I failed, I learned. I succeeded, I learned. Right? But those bricks of failures that you were stacking up still lead to the next brick that is success. Okay? So we build upon experiences, and that's it. Like, failure is just an experience. Losing money isn't that bad. This is the next one. Losing money isn't that bad. Okay? So A lot of people are probably going to disagree with this. You think losing, this goes back to the fail faster than everyone else too, but losing money isn't as bad as you guys think it is. Okay, money can always be made back. That's a real thing. So I wouldn't go at it in the sense of like losing money is terrible for me, or getting an emotional attachment to it. If you lose it, okay, got it. Do I have the skills to get it back? If you do, then money isn't that big of a deal when it comes to losing it. Okay, I've lost many thousands of dollars on just random crap. But the thing is I always had the skill set behind me to be able to back it up or get it back quicker or faster or whatever. I knew how to flip phones. I made almost $300 on a camera the other day. Like, come on. Like, that's a skill set that is very good to have. I won't spend too much time on that one because losing money isn't as bad as you guys think it is. Network sooner. This is something that I wish I had done. I did not network with people soon enough, or the right people soon enough. I still networked with a lot of people, but I didn't network as well as I should have. I should have been reaching out, probably doing close to 30 to 50 DMs a day on people that I could learn from, that I could possibly work with. I should have done that a lot faster, and I didn't. So network as soon as you can. If you're in a course or a curriculum or some sort of group coaching program, DM every single person in there and ask them if they had one piece of advice, what would it be for that industry or that business? And they will tell you something. I guarantee it. Okay? And they're happy to share it. People love to feel like they're providing value for other people. Okay? So network sooner. This is something I wish I would have done. But it's okay. You win some, you whatever, right? So network sooner with people that you're in the same area that you're looking to learn about. Spam call. The next one I want to talk about here is put the blinders on. So what does this mean? So you want to put the blinders on, and I'm talking about strictly with work. Okay, so how did I do this? So this has led to some of my biggest breakthroughs with things that I've built, that I have come up with. And essentially what I did is I got really tired of the noise that other people were creating in my life. Other people, I mean by like competitors, other advertising agencies, other like programs, other phone flippers, other whatever. So what I did is I just unfollowed everybody on my socials. Everybody. And I even blocked my competitors, like just blocked them altogether so I wouldn't see anything that they were putting out there. Because what I caught myself a couple of times, there was like a competitor would be launching this thing and I was like, oh man, I got to launch that thing, And I would get in that cycle where I'm trying to like one up somebody instead of just creating my own thing. Okay? So, and this comes down to like phone flipping too, is like you can create better offers than everybody else to get people to sell to you. You can buy them a gallon of gas. This is where this came from. That's where that came from. Buying them a Starbucks drink. All of this came from not listening to other people and actually just kind of listening to my customers. Because my competitors aren't making me any money unless you're doing a bad job, right? My customers are making me money. I should be listening to them, not all these guys or these sound bites over here, right? So put the blinders on. Get to work, okay? The next one is innovation comes when your back is against the wall. So this has happened a lot in my businesses. The most innovative thing has always come when my back is like absolutely against the wall on something. And like, I don't know what to do. I just start throwing things at the wall and hoping that they stick. And sometimes a lot of that comes down, it just creates innovative processes that work, right? Whenever I wasn't using paid advertising, I started taking photos with customers. That's been going on for a few years now. That's now a massively integral part of my business. But I needed a way to advertise, and the free advertising wasn't working anymore. So what I would do is I would just start tagging people like in the photos and stuff, and also adding them to Google My Business. And that was my way of like getting organic customers. And it worked. And now it's a massively integral part of my business, and everybody like that reaches out like knows that now. Like they know that I am the guy that did that. And that's all because my back was against the wall and I needed to generate leads on a very small budget. So yeah, innovation comes when your back is against the wall. So, you know, whenever your back is against the wall, start looking around, start throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. And you'd be surprised what you can come up with when you catch a breath of air. The next one is criticism is the only way to get better. A lot of people don't like criticism. I ask for it. Like I ask for feedback all the time, simply because that's the only way to get better. Like I'm like with Resell Deck, for example, I'm always asking people, you know, a little while later, like, hey, is everything okay? Do you understand everything? Was there something that was hard to find? You know, and every time they like give me some feedback or some constructive criticism on things, even my Recelerator program or all of that, I'm asking like, what could be done better? Like, what could we do better to make this easier for you so that you can implement the things faster? Because if they win, we win. Like, that's just how that works, right? So criticism is the only way to get better, in my opinion. A lot of people don't want to listen to criticism, and that's mostly due to people having pride. And that's fine, because you built this thing that you think is the greatest thing in the world, but to that person, it's not. It's not that amazing. I've signed up for a lot of softwares where these guys think that they're like king of the empire of the software, and I can't even use the software very well because I don't understand it. And they're like, the onboarding call or something, and they're just like, oh yeah, it's right over here. You didn't see that? No, it wasn't as simple as you make it out to be, because you already knew where it was. And I find myself doing the same thing with my softwares, with my programs. So I'm always open to criticism on that, or feedback, because that is the only way to make things better, is by iteration, by iteration, by iteration, by iteration, right? And just continuously getting better based on the feedback and criticism. And then this last one, guys, this is by far probably the most important for your phone flipping or your buyback business. Your customers have the keys to your business growing, not you. It's not the hack that you learn about on the internet. It's not the new marketing strategy that just hit TikTok. None of that matters. You need to be asking your customers how they're finding you, and then how you can make the business better. This goes back to the criticism and feedback one, but your customers are the ones that hold the keys to your business growing. They are the ones that hold everything. They hold all the keys, all right? Because they are the ones that are going to tell their friends. They are the ones that will market your business through word of mouth. They are the ones that keep your business running. The customers have the keys to your business growing, all right? You need to listen to them. They're not just somebody you can make money from, even though that's the business model. But your customers hold the keys to your business, like it literally exploding. And it doesn't take that long once you make that mindset shift in your mind, that the customers come first before anything else. All right. So those are my lessons from 8 years in the phone flipping business, the buyback business. No repair experience whatsoever, just buybacks. I hope it is helpful. I hope you guys like this. Let me know if I should be making more content like this, and let me know in the comments below your feedback, obviously. So I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, and get out there and crush it.